A pleasant good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I know some of you all are trickling right now. I know you all are trickling right now. Take your time, take your time. Go ahead right now and share the live, ladies and gentlemen. It is the last day of class for the week, that is. Let them know that I'm on, that I'm ready. Yeah, having that kind of fiery evening, right?
Over rivers and seas, in the sky of the West Indies, the ball whistling into the trees like a joyful tropical breeze. It bumps in the bayard, break to rivers and Faizabad, missing ball on the go, last in Tobago. Oh fire! Lara, 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 Lara.
We are getting ready for the weekend, right?
Like a road match on the promenade, Lara promenade. A spectacle, superlative like some office overseas. Jump in the air, jump in the air, jump, jump, jump in the air, jump in the air, jump in the air, jump, 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 jump. Everybody, we ain't going home, jump up, we ain't going home, jump up, we ain't going home, jump up, we ain't going home. Jump for joy and party, jump for joy and party, jump for joy and party, jump for joy and party.
No sound. Are you hearing me now? What about now? Are you guys hearing me now? My audio is gone. Are you guys hearing me now? Let me know if you're hearing me now, ladies and gentlemen. I believe I might have dropped the volume on the mic. That is the reason for this. All right, so you're hearing me now. I'm guessing that you're hearing me now. Let me see my pitch on my mixer, right? So I'm guessing that you should be hearing me now. Yeah, that lovely voice needs to be heard. That voice needs to be heard. All right. Sorry, persons would have said that they're hearing me now, and they have indicated that they're hearing me now. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to officially start. I want to officially start by saying, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and how are we doing this afternoon? I hope everybody's doing fine. It is another wonderful day in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. It is the 28th day of September 2023. It is approximately 6 minutes past the hour of 6 o'clock. And so we are going to have ourselves an informative evening. An evening where you would be intrigued with information. And so I want to ensure, ladies and gentlemen, that this evening we are going to be heard right? To the persons on my YouTube page, I want to say good afternoon to you guys. I know some of you all say that you all are not hearing me. I am praying that you all are hearing me now. And let's go ahead, share the live, tag somebody, let them know that Royalty James is here, ladies and gentlemen. And we want to ensure that we are being heard through every different forum today. Because today I am going to give you information, and I'm going to give you information not based on feelings, ladies and gentlemen, but I am going to give you information based on audio. And what we're going to do today, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to recap with just a few days or weeks, I should say, left in the year. We are going to recap last year's budget. And I would have identified a few things from last year's budget, as was promised. As I said, ladies and gentlemen, we knew definitely that there's a lot of things that we might be calling for from this administration, and persons would say, just a year and 3 months, how can they do that? And we were saying, okay, no problem. But government would have mandated themselves to do a few things. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be unraveling them today. We are going to be going through them. But however, before we start doing that, ladies and gentlemen, I remember promising that I would converse to, especially the people of St. Mark's, right? I remember in the tenure of governance when Dr. Clarice Modest Cohen at the time was in government, and many things were being said as it relates to the development and how St. Mark's is progressing, and the many persons who had lots of things to say, many things was being said, many conversations that surrounding that of shrimp farm conversation, surrounding that of fall farm conversation, and for every election campaign and cycle we heard those things. Ladies and gentlemen, I am saying to you that now, that if St. Mark's was the forgotten parish, I think at this stage St. Mark's to this government is left behind totally. We recently see the official commencement as it relates to the project at the Bonaire Bridge, and that again have absolutely nothing to do with this administration, absolutely nothing. And we made that vivid. The persons who would be funding the project had a community meeting and made that very clear. Even give kudos to Dr. Modest as it relates to her involvement in ensuring that this project comes on stream. Ladies and gentlemen, you would merely hear of the things done by Dr. Modest in St. Mark's. Because you see, throughout the years, they shaded the success and development of St. Mark's and downplayed it to the lowest level to ensure that they thought for a moment that St. Markians were going to be part of the bandwagon of being fooled. But however, we stuck to what we know, right? You would not hear conversations as it relates to, ladies and gentlemen, the development of farm roads within the St. Mark's area. Every single school in St. Mark's and its development and refurbishment under the stewardship of this lovely lady. Our recently opened health center, after losing the 2008 election, immediately on her return, the daycare center and library. You would not hear of those things, ladies and gentlemen. However, the forgotten parish has now been abandoned. The parish that was named or said to be forgotten is now abandoned, and it is shameful. You know why? Because at the end of the day, the many things that were said, the so many development in sports and other sectors and schools that was beautifully laid out by the today senator in St. Mark's, not one, ladies and gentlemen. I remember the Prime Minister standing in the junction of Diamond Street and Queen Street and telling people that sooner or later, in taking office, we would see persons coming and maybe trying to see how best we can get jetty in a place in St. Mark's they call the Slipway, just behind the police station area. I can report to you from St. Mark's that nothing like that has not taken place. Absolutely nothing like that has taken place. St. Mark's is the abandoned parish. And we're asking, please, for this administration, please, we're begging. We have to beg because I always say we is NNP and NNP people like to beg. So we're begging all you to do something most productive in St. Mark's. The many things that you laid out, that you didn't see happening in St. Mark's throughout the years, the many things that you let people say, well, what was St. Mark's people? Dr. Moses was studying St. Mark's people at all. We're asking you guys now to bring them into practice. Let us see them happening. Let us see the physical construction of all the things that have been labeled. The many things that you said that would have been done, and once the administration comes in, let me report to you, ladies and gentlemen, outside of St. Mark's, there is nothing taking place in St. Mark's. Imagine the person who is the candidate for the National Democratic Congress is basically getting a pankwai, a little job, a little hold on within this governance and administration. He does nothing. He don't walk in nowhere, basically. There is no one office you can go and sit and talk with him. If you see passing on the road, on Diamond Street, Queen Street, Coast Gate, Bonnet, wherever you see him, maybe you could stop him and say, hey, let me talk about something. But absolutely nothing fruitful would come from the conversation. But because he holds no substantial position to aid in the development of the parish. Absolutely nothing, ladies and gentlemen. They won't speak to you at the many personal developments in which Dr. Moses take her own time. And I'm not asking people that. Well, being on the carnival committee up there, and on days when we had so much a hiccup in terms of getting passes and so on for events in St. Mark's. Dr. Moses, after finishing work sometime 4 o'clock in the evening, would drive to the carnival committee, sometimes drive to police headquarters in order to get a little pass so that St. Markians could enjoy a little street jam, a little road show. I am the witness that one Carnival Monday, Dr. Moses leaving her home when music stopped in Victoria. And I'm saying those little things. Somebody have a caption on Facebook, the new Bonnet Bridge would be constructed with the amnesty of dual carriage walkway and pedestrian walkway on both sides. Nothing they have to do with that. Absolutely nothing. They have nothing to do with that. Don't be fooled by those things that you would see they start posting. They have nothing to do with Bonnet Bridge. They talk about it. And all the monies, everything was left there to be done. Everything was left there to be done. St. Mark's have been abandoned within the past year and 3 months of this administration. I can tell you that. I can report that to you. There is nothing happening in the parish of St. Mark's. Absolutely nothing. Different programs and development. You know, so many ministers of the past would have told you there were times any little thing they give in. Dr. Moses would sit in a meeting and say, even if it's 3, she wants it in St. Mark's. If they're giving out 7, give me 2. If they're giving out 15, give me 5. She sat in areas where her voice could have been heard. At the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, many persons knew that the Bonnet Bridge was an issue. And any experienced politician would know you have to be patient in those developments. And it was not in Dr. Moses' ministerial position that she just signed a documentation and get Bonnet Bridge done. There were processes. There were ministerial positions that persons had to go through and things that had to happen. And she was patient enough. And just before the general election, documentation was signed, and the BNTF came to a meeting and they made it known. They made it known to the people of St. Mark's, hey, these are things that Dr. Modest advocated for. And look at somebody speaking about, going to that. The ice machines in St. Mark's and in, well, not St. Mark's per se, but in Victoria and Waltham. You remember just before the election, she signed the documentation for some coolers, you know, those things that the fishermen would put their fish in sometime when they come in late at night. Documentation was saying this have not yet reached the Waltham. We have all the documentation, all the talk about the shrimp farm project. One day, ladies and gentlemen, I would give you the full details as it relates to that. Because at the end of the day, it is left undone. I am told that Duquesne have ice machine too. So don't go around speaking as if it has been all forgotten. In her time, I can call numerous things, many things. You know of a mutual friend who said to me, he had one time there was an individual who she voted the NDC and was reluctant to speak to Dr. Modest as it relates to an health issue that she had. And the person went to speak to Dr. Modest for the individual. Dr. Modest said, tell her come. With her reluctance, she take long to go to see Dr. Modest. Dr. Modest went to see her. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is what a lot of people was not seeing in St. Mark's. I can call numerous nurses, young people that are nurses in my time in St. Mark's. I could have counted on my fingers how many nurses or doctors he had in St. Mark's. Nowadays, every time I call on him, they tell me that person is a doctor too, or a nurse too. Persons hold positions in those areas for years. And in the stewardship of this lovely lady. Somebody said again that they're not hearing me. I don't know, I may be dropping mic again, sorry. There are things that she did within St. Mark's, ladies and gentlemen, that they would not speak about. And I'm saying to you, compare any 1 year of hers, in all the years she has been there. In all the years she has been there, compare the 1 year of yours to any 1 year of hers. Take her worst year in St. Mark's and put it up against this year alone. Put it up against the last year alone. You understand me? Those people, ladies and gentlemen, are speaking things and will continue to speak things in St. Mark's. But you hear how quiet they get now? Because the persons who made all the noise, the person. And you see sometimes, you remember in school, before they tell you the child are giving the most trouble in school, the principal had to make them prefect to see how they would behave. I remember Mr. Britton being on all Facebook, everything. He always advocating for everything on Facebook. Everything, anytime you turn, you have something on Facebook. I remember he advocated strongly for the bridge. That we cannot take away. Everything, every time something happens in St. Mark's. No. Your government, the government in which you support, gave you the mandate, the whole governance in the state, and nothing cannot be done in St. Mark's. Performance beat old talk. Thank you, Walcott. All the talk, all your talk, even the things that was said, what is going on in St. Mark's? Somebody show me, point me to a direction, show me something in St. Mark's that have been developed within the past year under this administration. What have happened? What is happening in St. Mark's? Somebody's asking, where is Andy? Well, he placed a Facebook. He had a Facebook post, so maybe we should contact Andy Williams to assist St. Mark's. Nothing. Nothing is happening in St. Mark's. Absolutely nothing. I can tell you that, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing is happening in St. Mark's. At the end of the day, I remember Imani, the Imani program, while Allah you beat it down. The two little pankoy of the travel we used to get, it was happening in St. Mark's. Business persons in St. Mark's can bear witness of that. I'm not asking you, I'm telling you. Even now, a business gentleman said to me, listen, he said, Prince, call Dr. Modest and me, he said, I need to speak to that lady. He said that to me, he said, listen, Prince, I need to speak to the lady. And an individual who is deemed to not have supported her during the past election. What is going on in St. Mark's? That is the question for the day. Andrea, you could answer me. If Sister Dubois is there, if Dr. Modest is there, don't afraid to call me. And people you can call in. I tell all you that since last week, and all you free call. Did they hear all your voice? I mean, not those that you could lose your work. I don't want persons to be deemed in any kind of way, and next thing all you lose all your little job. Call me, let's talk. Call me on my WhatsApp 536-5843. What is happening in St. Mark's? Somebody who is on the other side, tell me what is going on in St. Mark's. It's a constituency. Nothing is happening in this parish. I can tell you that. I have family up there. I have friends up there. Nothing is happening in St. Mark's. And it saddens me to be saying that. Saddens me. Because every time you hear them now, and you hear they talk about, oh, shrimp farm, all recent as about a week and a half ago, somebody sent me Papa Joe program talking about shrimp farm still. Talking about, we had the facts on the shrimp farm information. And we're going to give it to you. We're going to make it public. Because you all knew what happened during the shrimp farm conversation. You all know where all the monies go. We know all where the monies they. And what would have been happening. And to whom you all gave the project and who you all turned the contract over to. Tell the people that. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, we would get the documentation and we would release it. We would make it public once and for all as it relates to that shrimp farm conversation. We would release the information on that shrimp farm conversation. We will put an end to it. So today, ladies and gentlemen, I took my phone up and I said, listen to me. I want to know about the conversation as it relates to the cabinet conclusion. Because as I said to you, this week, ladies and gentlemen, I would go very deep in making an assessment as it relates to things promised and not fulfilled. Right? Things promised and not fulfilled. So I decided today, I said, listen to me, I'm going to call the office, the Prime Minister's office, and ask about the cabinet conclusion. And he was surprised, ladies and gentlemen, that I got this response. So when I called the office this morning, ladies and gentlemen, I asked to speak to Mr. Deacon Mitchell, and I said, this is me, boss, I'm calling concerning the cabinet conclusion. I need to know what is going on with the cabinet conclusion. I'm shocked that I got this response. So even if you call right now, I think you might get the same response. Cabinet conclusion. We still await the information concerning the cabinet conclusion, right? And then I want to read something now with you guys. I want to read something. And this the individual that I spoke about one of the things that he made public, the now senator that sits in the chair. Remember him asking just another day on the job, visiting a few projects ongoing as well as completed in St. Mark's. Bel Farm Road is being attended to for a better access. We did that. I took in a piece of action. Housing Brigade doing the usual thing as they're constructing a new dwelling house for differently abled persons. We did that. An access road completed in Samaritan. We did that. Thanks and the appreciation of the hardworking men and women who's committed to make a difference. We are making our mark in the midst of all the noise. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a post from Senator Queens Britain. Laughable. Very laughable. I feel like it's a riddle. But however, ladies and gentlemen, let's jump into the meat and how they call it, the crux of the matter, ladies and gentlemen, for today. Now, we heard, as I said, the budget debate read last year. And there are a few things that I believe that government would have made mention about. And so I want us to, as I said to you guys, I don't like to talk. I like to be able that when I speak, my facts go with what he says. Right? So let's go to clip number 1.
In 2023, we will roll out a major initiative that will support our farmers and fisherfolk to grow their enterprise and increase local production, thereby reducing our dependence on imported foods, ultimately lowering the cost of food. The Food Security Enhancement Project is estimated to cost $27 million to be implemented over a 12-month period. Major initiatives under this project include production support for crops, livestock, poultry, and fisheries. Mr. Speaker, government aims to significantly increase the acreages under production by at least 20 acres. To this end, direct support will be provided to farmers to increase the production of specific crops, namely white potatoes, cassava, yams, dasheen, corn, and bananas. Government recognizes the rising cost of farm inputs and will therefore provide support in the form of land clearing, plowing, planting materials, fertilizers, farm labor, training, and technical services. Small-scale livestock and poultry producers will receive support to upscale production rates in the form of feed provisions, equipment that incorporates local feed, housing support, and training. Similarly,
ladies and gentlemen, you heard it yourself. 12 months, and you heard laid out all the nice things. Yeah, nice things. You think when man mouth sweet? He spoke about sweet potatoes. Ladies and gentlemen, I am to date can report, and if you does not believe me, go into your Facebook profile, go into the search bar and type in Ministry of Agriculture Fisheries. Scroll through it thoroughly, and with all that was mentioned, tell me where, when, which part, which grant, which loan, which sum was given to that amount spoken about in terms of the development of fisheries and agriculture in Grenada. As mentioned by the Prime Minister, this is a 12-month project to be undergone. However, ladies and gentlemen, if you speak to our fisher folks and farmers, they can thoroughly report to you that that has not happened. I can speak from the horse's mouth, being the son of a farmer. I can speak to you being the friend of some fisher folks. And I can say to you, ladies and gentlemen, that they have seen more a depreciation as it relates to their industry now more than any time before. I can report to you that at the fish market, the Melville Street Fish Market, the now manager of the fish market even asking persons to be out of the fish market by 6 o'clock. Ladies and gentlemen, there are persons who fish late. The guys would stick around just in case they get a call to say, well, okay, I'll be in about 8. I'll be in about 10. So persons stuck around. Now they're asking persons to leave the area at least by 1800 hours during the day. All the fancy thing that was spoken about in this debate or this budget presentation, I must say, has not yet. Well, I want to give them yet, and I still can say yet. You know, I could say yet because they still have about a 2 months to work with within the 12 months period he spoke about. We have not seen that lovely, productive, and well-constructed budget that was given to our fisher and farmers being rolled out into a physical aspect. All what was said there is a lie. And I start to call it what it is. Because at the end of the day, when somebody tell you they're doing something for you and they didn't do it, is a lie. Unless they don't come back and tell you, listen to me, I don't do it because of that. It is a lie. So our farmers and our fisher folks, how much you say? $24.7 million. The best budget. We're moving on. Next slide, please.
Initiatives in this budget cycle include: 1. The Stony Gut Climate Resilient Housing Development Pilot Project, which aims to construct modern, high-quality, climate-resilient Grenadian-style homes in Stony Gut in the parish of St. John. Construction is expected to start in 2023, Mr. Speaker, and $2.5 million has been budgeted. Mr. Speaker,
the pilot you talk about is what they're doing. You see how we get it? You see the gentleman would have budgeted for his travel. He had budgeted, listen.
1. The Stony Gut Climate Resilient Housing Development Pilot Project.
That you see, so you see sometimes when people speak, the gentleman would have budgeted for their travels. He budgeted for their travels because he spoke about some pilot. I mean, come listen again.
Climate Resilient Housing Development Pilot Project.
So the man negotiated for all the travel that he did. All you get it saying the wrong way. Pilot program, the man have a whole program budgeted for the pilot thing to travel up and down. That is what the man talking about. We get the thing wrong. We got the thing wrong. The man would have negotiated. Now listening to it, the gentleman,
Climate Resilient Housing Development Pilot.
The gentleman negotiated through Parliament $24.7 million for the pilot program. They have a pilot program. I didn't even know that. So you all heard it yourself. There is a pilot program. $24.7 million. The government negotiated, allocated that funds to travel. Yes, somebody said he flying over Stony Gut. That's the. Sorry, Mr. Prime Minister, let me apologize to you. I didn't know that you had allocated funds to travel. But we thought you were speaking about the place in Guav. You understand me? We were fooled. We didn't know you. I apologize. Another project, ladies and gentlemen, stipulated to commence construction. Not administrative, Not administrative negotiation, Construction. Not me that say. Not me that say. And hence the reason why, ladies and gentlemen, when I come on my program, I play in those things. So Where Prince say that? No. Where Deacon say that? Because I'm playing the clips all you go hear. Not where Prince hear that. I doesn't come with rum shop conversation, you know. I take my time, I research, I speak to people who can explain. We sit down, we talk. During the day, listen to me, that's my job. I'm a political activist podcaster. So my job is to do this. So during the day, that is what I'm doing. I don't lime, I don't drink around tongue and walk around and lime. And then I hear like a talk about the rum shop and I come and drop it here. No, that's not how I function. And I can tell you numerous people. When I don't know, I call them. They call me. Hey, Prince, you hear that? Hey, I will get back to you. Let me find out more about it. And I call somebody and I call. That's how I function. So I don't come in with things for people to come and say, oh, you're running propaganda. Where they can say that? You listen to it. You have a pilot program.
The Stony Gut Climate Resilient Housing Development Pilot Project.
I mean, that is being humorous. But you understand where I'm coming from? I don't come here and sit down and pampalam. You understand me? Let's move on, ladies and gentlemen. Let us move on. We're going again. Next slide, please.
We have allocated $2.4 million to retrofit and upgrade the affordable houses that have been graciously donated by the People's Republic of China. We commit to the allocation of the 647 units no later than June of 2023.
Somebody just type in the date for me. You see, at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, and again, I'm going back to that. Facts, information. We are seated in September. Anytime you're listening to this and you hear the table knock, there is Ron Redhead or Andy Williams. I know them by the knock. So the persons you hear knocking the table, them kind of way. You understand? Is Andy Williams, Ron Redhead. Them that will slap table so. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're seated on the 28th day of September. And as Prime Minister Mitchell would have mentioned, he stated that by June 2023, and understand, and you see, and again, I don't want you to run with the argument that he said that those houses would be distributed. Remember, the allocated funding that he spoke about there was in terms of refurbishment and putting in certain things in houses. That's what he said, and understand. I want us to be able to, when we're talking, listen to what he said.
We have allocated $2.4 million to retrofit and upgrade the affordable housing.
Right. So retrofit and upgrade. So that is where they talk about including cabinets and so on. Let's go on.
Houses that have been graciously donated by the People's Republic of China.
Right.
We commit to the allocation of the 647 units no later than June of 2023.
Right. So the $2.4 million that has been allocated, right, that was for the purpose of refurbishment and upgrading. Don't get him wrong. It was not to be distributed. However, ladies and gentlemen, and let me go to the real meat of it now. However, in that budget debate, this is what he said. However, ladies and gentlemen, when presenting the 1-year anniversary, right, he said this.
Affordable housing units, which were graciously donated to the people of Grenada by the government and people of the Republic of China, have been retrofitted.
Have been. So you understand what happened in December? The monies allocated was for it to be done. So when presenting in June, he said this.
It
was
upgraded
done
by our team to include cabinetry for kitchens and closets, which will further improve the living comfort of beneficiaries. We expect to hand over 647 units starting in July of 2020.
And that is where we hold him responsible. So understand that in what he did in the budget was to the allocation of fundings to upgrade. In June, he said they are upgraded, and then went on to say the commencement of distribution would start when? In July of this year. We are seated on the 28th day of September. And the only thing in recent days we have heard about board is that a new board has been formed to check for oil and gas conversation. You understand me? So I don't want you to run with it that he say in budget he will distribute the house. No, that is not what he said. He didn't say he was going to do the distribution in June. When he presented in June, he said that it is completed and distribution would start in July. So let's get that right. See how he doesn't spread propaganda? Because we listen, we understand, and we understand what he said. So the commencement of the distribution of houses should well be on its way, going on its what? Third month. July, August, September. So within 3 months, with a refurbished and developed budget that was given to persons for the houses to be distributed, a house to give it. So we understand. Next slide, please.
To further demonstrate our commitment to put people at the center of our development agenda, this administration will introduce a social partners committee comprising representatives from government, labor unions, the private sector, churches, non-governmental organizations, and the youth to help steer government's policies going forward. This committee, chaired by the Prime Minister.
Chaired by who? Tell me who chaired it.
Prime Minister will meet.
Who chaired it?
Chaired by the Prime Minister.
Who chaired it?
Chaired by the Prime Minister.
Okay.
Will meet once quarterly to review current government initiatives and provide constructive feedback and suggestions for improvement from their respective organizations, thereby ensuring an inclusive approach to our shared development. Mr. Speaker, we do not pretend to have all the answers. This administration is committed to inclusive governance and welcomes innovative solutions from all citizens, especially our young people.
Papa, I am here to report, ladies and gentlemen, that this board has not again yet been formed. Not any information, ladies and gentlemen, coming from any meeting that was supposed to be held quarterly. You know definitely that anytime a board form in Grenada, we will know. We will know. At the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, the fact of the matter is whether or not those board that you mentioned that would have been formed in your budget presentation has been formed. And let us have a little excerpt information from what has happened thus far. And there, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Brother Andy Williams that is in the classroom. A new student. Come in the front. And he's wanting to make a statement. He said NMP was giving the people units without cupboards, closet, tanks, and so on. We're ensuring that all those things are placed in before distribution. Hold there, Mr. Andy Williams. Hold there. Hold there. Hold there. Stay right where you are. Stand right there. Don't move. Listen to this.
Affordable housing units, which were graciously donated to the people of Grenada by the government and people of the Republic of China, have been retrofitted.
Have been could only mean one thing, Mr. Andy Williams. So you're contradicting the Prime Minister right there and then with that statement that you're making. You are contradicting the Prime Minister with the statement that you're making. You say NMP was giving the people without units. We are ensuring that all these things are in place before distribution. When the Prime Minister said this,
Of the Republic of China have been retrofitted
Have
and
been.
upgraded by our team to include cabinetry for kitchens and closets, which will further improve the living comfort of beneficiaries. We expect to have by the government and people of the Republic of China have been retrofitted and upgraded by our team to include cabinetry for kitchens.
So what else have been could mean, ladies and gentlemen? Have been could only mean one thing. But then we have the minister, ladies and gentlemen, in the classroom, and we welcome him. We welcome him. Again, two persons will dance in a while. We are ensuring that all these things are in place before distribution. Waiting for what to be in place? When everything have been retrofitted, completed, done, and finished. He's saying now that he's ensuring that water tanks are being installed. So then what the Prime Minister is saying there that have been done is a lie then. Because it have been done. And then the distribution would start when?
And closets, which will further improve the living comfort of beneficiaries. We expect to hand over 647 units starting in July of 2023.
No, but I'm happy that the honorable minister minister is here. So I don't want you to focus so much on the Prime Minister's conversation. You have any updates on this? This is what we would want to know.
And the fiber optics have already been run.
This is what we want to know.
Basically, we're looking at next week to start the road markings.
Right.
And we are looking at
that's you.
May, the month of May, to complete the installation of the lights. So yes, the lights should be up by June, up and running.
Right.
The wiring and the fiber optics.
So this is you. So maybe the Prime Minister maybe would have said something wrong, but this is you.
The road markings, and we are looking at May, the month of May, to complete the installation of the lights.
And when you go up and running,
the lights should be up by June, up and running. The wiring and the
ladies and gentlemen, let us continue with class. Mr. Williams is saying that the lights are ready to roll. Oh my goodness. It is comical. It is comical. But anyway, let us continue. You continue to sit. You have a seat right there. Right? You have a seat. Let's continue, ladies and gentlemen. We move on to the next slide, please.
Empowering the beneficiaries of the seed program. Mr. Speaker, this government will introduce a cashless system of payment of the support for education, empowerment, and development benefits to eligible beneficiaries. Our elderly and other beneficiaries will no longer have to stand in long lines at the front of the Treasury and the district revenue offices.
Ladies and gentlemen, I can report that only just last week, I passed just around the Treasury area, and there were persons waiting for their funds. Can anybody else report that? Are we seeing that cashless payment by this administration? Anybody can report that? Can anybody report that cashless that cashless payment that was spoken about? But then again, remember, when you talk about the seed program, you understand me? When we talk about the seed program, right? When we speak about the seed program, you know, I don't know what the camp would be in that ministry for. You understand me? I don't know what the camp would be in that ministry for. You understand me? So at the end of the day, we know when the seed program is stuck, it is a boss in this country, right? So you know, once we do mention that, then it is, hey, what is going on here, right? So ladies and gentlemen, we again throw our hands up in the air and say nothing again. Well, the like Andy Williams want to take over class. Have a seat and take in information. Let's go. Next slide. Next slide.
The healthcare sector. Of great concern is the mass exodus of our nurses. We have engaged the nursing fraternity and have listened to their concerns, which include poor working conditions, job insecurity, nurse shortages, and inadequate compensation. Mr. Speaker, we will move swiftly to address the regularization of our nurses and the training of more nursing professionals facing the healthcare sector.
So the dear Prime Minister would have met with those persons. This is what is being said. He would have met with them, get their problems, negotiated with them, maybe converse. Listen this. Not my words. You all know me. You all know me. I don't work with propaganda. But listen this.
And I would just want to go on record as my position. I don't think healthcare has remained the same. I don't think healthcare has improved. I believe firmly, based on my observations and listening on the ground and so forth, healthcare has depreciated.
Ladies and gentlemen, again, not my words. Definitely not my words. Definitely not my words. But let's go on with the clip that I really want to, that I'm playing. Let's go on and listen.
Community mental health workers are taking a stance against what they call being ignored by the former and current administration. The Public Workers Union say the protest stems from long-standing issues related to compensation and how workers are treated. Public Workers Union President Brian Grimes says matters remain unresolved despite several correspondence to the relevant persons. One of the burning issues, he says, is that the 10 community mental health workers on island are not paid a traveling allowance.
At the end of the month, they travel between 700 to 900 miles, right? Dealing with mentally challenged people, sometimes people who are very, very dangerous, right? People who may sometimes have weapons and so forth. So it's not an easy job by any stretch of the imagination. No, in terms of the fact that they don't even get a traveling allowance. This has been a long-standing issue. They give them a general allowance about $350, right? And this was years ago, well close to 2 decades ago. This was administered. Inflation, everything has come. For whatever reason, the authorities, the government of Grenada, have not made the post a designated traveling post, right? On top of that, claims have been sent in because they are not designated traveling officers. The PS have stated, listen, well, let's do mileage. For months, there are at least 2 officers, 15 months and 18 months respectively, have not gotten any form of compensation, whether it's allowance or mileage or whatever it is.
Grimes says numerous letters to the Ministry of Health have only been met with lip service, and the union awaits the opportunity to engage with officials from the Ministry of Health.
In fact, the last piece of correspondence related to this matter went to the PS in the Ministry of Health on September 11th and copied to the Minister of Health, stating that if the matters, the low-hanging fruit are not addressed, on the 25th there will be possible action. We here at the Grenada Public Workers Union, obviously we don't bluff, but we want to work collaboratively with government. This is why we gave a period in time.
Unpaid claims, understaffing and lack of proper work tools are also on the list of concerns raised by workers. The Public Workers Union say industrial action will escalate in the coming days should the authority continue with what is deemed as a don't care attitude. For MTV News, Troy Gill.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I ensure that I made you all listen to the entire clipping. I make sure all you get all the information. So when Prime Minister Mitchell mentioned this,
the healthcare sector. Of great concern is the mass exodus of our nurses.
And this is
engaged.
Words mean nothing unless it is put in action. If you go back to the budget, where a lot of promises were made, we have nothing achieved in that particular period of time. So it's words. Lots of words.
You see, that's my political leader. I'm playing something that he just come. I didn't ready to play. I didn't ready to play him yet, but he come in. That's my political leader for you. He has to join with me because I had a clip waiting to be played, but Dr. Mitchell solicited me. Let me address that before you do, right? Let me address that before you do. But I just want to play that short piece as he stepped in. Let me just play that.
And this is words mean nothing unless it is put in action. If you go back to the budget where a lot of promises were made, we have nothing.
So ladies and gentlemen, if the political leader could tell you that, the political leader could tell you that, right? And ladies and gentlemen, I think I want to believe that the persons whom have all the interests in developing this country, ladies and gentlemen, are now at a stage or at a state of stagnance. Because at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, it is evident. It is evident, ladies and gentlemen, that this administration is of the belief in their minds that I don't know where they're seeing the development or where that development that is being mentioned is coming from. No, I am sitting here and I'm watching outlines of things being mentioned by A.J. Williams and I'm ignoring them. You know why? Because at the end of the day, everything is to come. That is to be commenced. That is on its way. That is, and we saw that in 2008. We heard that in 2008. Give us 2 years to do this. Give us 3 years to do this. This one document is being signed. This is going to happen. Every time these people gets into office, we have to wait for them. And this is not governance. As I said, the regular and everyday population, what propels an economy? It's vending, it's day-to-day running transport system. It's at a minimal rate. And like those persons don't see it. And come in with all their fancy talk like if we're blinded by what we know development to be. At the end of the day, and listen to it, and I'm happy that the minister is here, because everything mentioned is to come. The commencement and the prime minister is on doing that, and that will happen. We heard that in 2008. Everything was to happen, and in 2 minutes you hear, when nothing is happening, you hear they jump on something to blame the past administration. Where is the cabinet conclusion of the Polish individual? We await that. And so it is mentioned that that Andy Williams said that it would happen by June. It is September 28th. They knew nothing. Absolutely nothing. And here's what is mentioned in pension payment. Andy Williams, what does your administration know about pension payment and the monies made to have been agents paid? What did your administration know about that? Teachers retroactive, persons don't work and you pay them. Persons, you are, I mean, hear what is disrespectful about it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. An administration sits in office and one of his ministers can only outline 7 productive things that have happened in a year and 3 months. 7. And you see, ignorance as it relates to information. Because pension was paid during Dr. Mitchell's time, over $104 million, and I can make that information most readily to you. Right? Bi-monthly payment is basically something that everybody at the end of the day, they're afraid to even come out and say, listen to me, this thing not working, you know. Because the government has a way of, once you talk against them, either they fire you, they send you home for a few months, they suspend you on something that is delusional. So we sit here with the company of one of the ministers of government that can outline 7 things. Retroactive payment by teachers. Monies was not allocated by your administration to pay. Pension payment. Everything that requires money. He say you raise my blood pressure. Andy Williams, this is my program. You're watching it. How are you raising my blood pressure? You came here, I didn't come to you. You came to my program, bro. So you're not raising my pressure. The mere fact that you're here, I grab your attention. And this is what governance and democracy is about. If I can grab the attention, I am honored at this point that my program could literally grab a minister of government to come and view. And not go so far, not as a guest, to be typing in the comment section. You understand me? So I am privileged of the fact that my program have gone even further. So I wait somebody higher than you just now, maybe the deputy prime minister. Oh, the party do other. Well, anyway, somebody higher than you. So if my program is starting to gather people like that, this is what democracy is. That when you sit at the chair, and you can come down sometimes and listen to suggestions, listen to things, listen to critics. And if you go back to a program of mine, where just about 2 days ago I mentioned your name, and I said your intentions as a government minister is the intention to know what has to be done. But guess what you're doing? You're playing midfield, you're playing centre back, you're playing right back, you is the keeper, you is a sub, you is the coach. Sooner or later, people like you get tired and we want to leave the team because too much is given to you to be done. Go back to a program about 2 programs back. You understand me? Go on the program back and ask anybody. You're one of the persons within the government that say, listen to me, you have the intention as to what to be done. But you see, if you start inculcating the political practices, you're going to fail as a politician. Because you're inculcating all political practices. Instead of developing, you're criticizing. Your administration have not yet give kudos to the past administration for the past 9 to 10 years as it relates to the development. All the intention is to ridicule and bring down their achievement. And so, ladies and gentlemen, old people say, when you dig in pit, dig what? Dig 2. You understand me? So, but even if it's not him, and they create a fake page, that's okay. Let them come. Let them come. I invite the fake page. The person wasn't disrespectful. They wasn't derogative. So let them come. And you know me, I ain't free them. You understand me? So, ladies and gentlemen, we ended this week in one of the greatest way we have ever ended the classroom, and it comes closer to the budget debate and presentation. You would hear more from me. You understand me? You would hear more from me. And we would debunk things. We would stop in. We don't stop in. We don't stop in. So even if it is not Mr. Andy Williams, or if it is him, thanks for coming. And no, thanks for going. Go wherever you're going. We ain't coming here. We ain't leaving here anytime soon, Brother Williams. We will be back here next Tuesday. Or you can join the Talking Point tomorrow after this program. Not tomorrow, but this afternoon. In the morning, you can join the Boss program. You can tune into any one of the programs up there at Real FM. We are covered. You're covered with us. Whoa. It was a wonderful, I tell you, since this song, listen to me, you want to know if I'm going to have a fiery evening, listen to the song I start with. Anytime you want to know if I go have a fiery evening, you understand me? Anytime you want to know if I go have a fiery evening, ladies and gentlemen, listen the song that I start with. And I'm happy, even if it's not Andy Williams that is there, this administration can outline 7 things. 7 things, not an accomplishment every month, you know. Not an accomplishment every month. 7 things. Ladies and gentlemen. You see, I know it is not Andy Williams. It could not be, because I think I'm following him. No, that's my classroom page. But on my other page, my Royalty James page, I'm following him. So I don't know whether or not, you know. So, ladies and gentlemen, it was another wonderful evening. And as I was saying, if you want to know what kind of evening I'm going to be having, yo, listen this song I start with, man. Listen this song I start with, and you would know that, hey, I ain't come here to pappy show you. And I come here for a real thing. And as I said earlier on when I started the class, I said, yo, I have information, and don't worry them, they go try to debunk it. You understand me? You realize Mattis passed through. Fire in the couscous tail. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we want to invite you to a bingo on Saturday night. The people up there in Carriacou branch, they presenting a bingo $500, ladies and gentlemen. According to all people in this hard Gugu times, it is important to get it. So go ahead and grab the opportunity to be a winner in that bingo. It is on the 30th of September. All right. On Sunday, the 8th of August of October. Sorry, I'm going back. It is in the Water Day Cruise. You can get your tickets by Scaro, Bill, or Guy. It is only $70 that gets you on the inside, so be a part of that. All right, G Buggers, ladies and gentlemen. Kevin Mitchell, I want to give you a bugger this week, boy. Kevin Mitchell, you are the winner of a bugger. Compliments G Buggers. You can call them on 536-7375. Just go to let them know that you was listening to Royalty James's program, Class in Session program, and you get yourself a bugger. I can testify that persons have gotten their buggers. I can reference you to persons if you think it's a pappy show. Is not. All right, so don't forget the fundraising activity on Saturday also, September 2023 at 11 a.m. You can get macaroni pie, rice and peas, cocoa, green salad. You can get chicken for $15, pork for $20, fish for $20. You can purchase drinks. You can call 414-7615 and you would be able to get yourself a meal. All right. Somebody saying love. Oh, please. That's love for people balling left, right, and center. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget also ASG. They present a barbecue sale tomorrow at the airport's ground. That's at the managerial car park area. You can get drinks, and there's specials on there's special on drinks, sorry, and there is a barbecue that will be going on. It is also for a worthy cause, so be a part of that. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, it was another wonderful evening. It was another wonderful evening that I can testify to. All right. Oh yes, thank you very much for the reminder, Sister Dubois, and let me go get it one time before you beat me. This is Max Parliament office. They're doing their monthly breakfast. This is this Saturday. All right, things on sale. It starts at 6 a.m. Sorry, bakes, fried bakes, big bakes, coconut bakes, fried jacks, fried fish, chicken wings, fish sauce, saltfish sauce, sorry, smoked herring, fried plantain, cocoa. That will be on Queen Street, in the junction near to the police station. The prices are only $12. All right. So don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, this is the St. Mark's Parliament office that they normally do. They have been doing that breakfast sale for as long as I can tell you. You understand me? So go be a part of this. As I said, it was another wonderful week, ladies and gentlemen. I am always fascinated. I'm not getting what you're saying, but and I have to call you because I realized when I was on the program, you were calling me. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as I said, it was another wonderful week. It was one of the weeks that I believe that we went in depth. So he's saying Honorable Kate's event is coming up next month. Just send me the flyer and I'll be able to just put it out. All right. Right, so Tora is wanting to say happy birthday to our brother Sean St. John. So happy birthday to you, Sean St. John, and have yourself a wonderful birthday. Somebody saying Royalty James, I just start to get heated and the man gone. No, don't worry, them. You can stand up to me. I mean, come on. I mean, don't monkey know what treat the climbing, brother. Guys won't stand up to me. They know me. I am big on facts, brothers and sisters, and the fact of the matter is, I always say if we are at any given time proven the information that we give out is not that of relevance or improper, I'm no problem in coming back and say, okay, you know, this, that, or the other. All right. So St. Andrews Northwest asked me to big them up. Glenda Robinson. So St. Andrews Northwest, big up all yourself. France, or your birthday is on Sunday. Do enjoy your birthday. And whoever is celebrating over the weekend, do enjoy. All right. Somebody's saying outstanding program tonight. I'm just reading a few comments because you all are not calling. Let me hear one person voice before I leave the program. You all are not calling. Were you all afraid? Don't be scared. Is it? I sometimes take it in either I am really good at what I'm doing, or you really don't want to talk to me. I don't know which one it is. You understand me, teacher? You were very professional and humble. I'm so proud of you. Thank you so very much. Thank you very much, Teresa. Yeah, you have to, as I always tell people, and you see what it is? It's just respecting the office of the individuals. You all could be on different sides of the fence, right? But you have to respect individuals, as is mentioned. We're all Grenadians. We're all Grenadians, ladies and gentlemen, and we can't run from that. Let me go over to my all right. Checkered Country Cold Store meat sales this Saturday. Somebody's calling. I told you somebody would call. Somebody would call. I have good students, you know. Let me put them on. A pleasant good evening to you, and you're on to the classroom program. Who may be of your assistance? You may need to load on the information at your whatever device at the back, because I'm actually hearing myself.
Good evening, my dear principal.
Good afternoon to you,
Good evening.
How are you?
Principal, I'm fine.
Lovely.
Principal, you are the best.
Thank you very much.
You are the best. They will try as hard as they can, as hard as they may, but one thing I'm confident about is that they just cannot, they will not stop you. They cannot close that classroom door.
At all.
We're inviting all of them. We're inviting all of them.
And even if they try to close the classroom, we're gonna see them under the mango tree.
Anyway, any door they try to close, we're opening a window. Any window they try to close, we have doors to open.
That is very
You're
much
the
so.
best.
Yes, thank you.
You're the best. You're the best. You send home your classroom this weekend. You give us a good weekend.
Thank you.
I'm just wishing you all the best for the weekend. You and your family stay safe, remain focused, and continue doing your research. That way you bad.
Thank you.
Can't touch you.
Thank you very much.
As a principal, you have to research to come and teach your class.
That is very much so.
Tell me, maybe Mr. AJ didn't hear that. Tell me that for me, please. You're doing the work to teach your class.
I think he left already, but thank you very much.
Yeah, well, he had to run, all that fire to get him must run.
It is always a pleasure.
Have a good weekend.
You too.
All right, then, okay. Good.
And that's it. That is all you guys got to do. I don't understand why you're all afraid to call it. You all have nice voice. You also hear that nice voice on the phone there. You know, just call in, and we're about to wrap up. I mean, 7:15. Well, we could do that even if when Brother Sheldon come, don't worry, we got him covered. All right, ladies and gentlemen. If not anything further, I want to say, good afternoon. Somebody was calling. I missed a call. Maybe somebody was calling the same time. I don't know if the person wants me call them back or you want to call back. Feel free. I see somebody was trying to call, right? So, but if nothing further, ladies and gentlemen, I wanna say thank you very much for the words of encouragement ever so often. I wanna say thank you to my biggest supporter and my biggest push, be it what it may. My wife would sometimes say to me, babe, don't forget your class this evening. And I want to say good evening to my wonderful wife, right? Sometimes my kids even listen to me and daddy, you sound good, you know. So they're my biggest support, and you know, once you get that support from family, you're not scared to do anything. At the end of the day, I think persons understand my position as it relates to the political information that I give out. I try my best not to in no way defamate anybody's character or in any way try to belittle anybody, and just try to give you information that would give you insights on what is going on in this country. Politics is everybody's business, people. There are some people who don't want to speak Christianity, they don't want to speak sports and so on. We respect that. But there's some persons that are intrigued that it relates to political information. And I am here to fuel you, to feed you with such information. I'm not scared to do it, right? There are many persons who don't have the ability to, and so maybe I am the voice, something that is what somebody wants to say, or that is what somebody want to talk about, but they don't know or they don't have the information. But this is why I'm here. And so from time to time I want to go out and go do those things. Glenda Robinson, Mastermind, Miss Walcott, so many persons that I can mention that sometimes I want to get information and I reach out to them. Miss Ferguson, I am so enthused sometimes to come and do this. And any day you see I can't, I will let you guys know. And sometimes it's really I can't, right? However, ladies and gentlemen, the outpouring blessing that you all give to me sometime, continue doing a good job, really goes a long way. So thank you so very much. It was a wonderful week, and I promised that I was going to go all week. You understand me? Because I had information from since last week from missing class, so I knew that I was going to go belting today, right? This morning I was like, again, where should I go from? And then, I got people who got my back, man. And I am grateful to the persons who will be going to weekend services. I want to say God's blessings to you. And pray for all of us. Pray for this country and keeping every minister, every politician, every police officer safe as we do what we do as we go through our daily lives. God's blessings to each and every one of you. However, I know it was a little bit, down there. Let me bring it back up to how I started it. All right. So good afternoon to St. George's Northwest, who's in the house. Maybe we should go out big up with constituency. I find let me big up St. Max, starting to big up St. Max very early. I doubt Andy Williams would ever come back on my program. And mind you, he's been asking, He's been asking about me.
Raise your baton party, put up your baton party. Raise your baton party, put up your baton party tonight. We ain't going home, jump up, we ain't going home.
So have yourself a wonderful weekend, ladies and gentlemen. And we would see again next Tuesday, right? God's blessings to each and every one of you. I love you guys.
I'm on hit a ball in Antigua, now it end up in Trinidad. On the promenade, Lara promenade. He put the ball with a fancy stroke, mama, yo, he hit it so hard. It went up in the air, up in the air, up, up, up in the air, up in the air, up in the air, up, 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 fire. We ain't going home, jump up. We ain't going home, jump up. We ain't going home, jump up. We ain't going home. Raise your back like Lara, put up your back like Lara. Raise your back like Lara, put up your back like Lara tonight. We ain't going home, jump up. We ain't going home, jump up. We ain't going home, jump up. Bats in the air tonight, it's bats in the air, alright. Bats in the air tonight, it's bats in the air, alright. Escort the king from the West Indies with 1,000 Moco Jumbies. And the promenade, Lara promenade. 375, mama, yo, is mass when the ball arrive. Jump in the air, jump in the air, jump, jump, jump in the air, jump in the air, jump in the air, jump, 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 jump. We ain't going home, jump up. We ain't going home, jump up. We ain't going home, jump up. We ain't going home. Jump up in the north stand, jump up in the grandstand, jump up in the north stand, jump up in the grandstand, yeah. We ain't going home. air, jump, jump, jump in the air, jump in the air, jump in the air, jump.